Sports Radio 95.7.
Well, Brandon McCarthy made the start for the A's today. He allowed a one-out single in the top of the first to Mitch Moreland. Now the very dangerous Michael Young was up next. Here's 3-2. The runner goes. Young, it's a line drive. Ellis, a backhand play at second. An easy double play back to first. Moreland running. Young, a line drive to the right of the A's second baseman Ellis. Went to his right, reached up the glove to the backhand side. He snared it, fired back to first for an inning-ending 4-3 double play. So the Rangers failed to score with the A's coming up in the bottom half. Ellis would lead off the bottom of the first with a double. Eventually, the A's had runners at first and third, but Matsui grounded out, ending the inning. But the A's would take the lead in the bottom of the second. They got a one-out walk to David DeJesus. That brought up Andy LaRoche. The 2-1 pitch on the way. Holland at the belt. The set, the kick, the runner goes. It's a ground ball through the area that was vacated on the right side for a base hit, and DeJesus goes to third. Perfectly played. Young, the second baseman, covering on the bag. Nobody home on the right side. DeJesus running, and Andy LaRoche just shoots that ball on the ground into right field. And with one out, the Athletics have runners at first and third. And then the A's had a little play up their sleeves with Derek Holland pitching to Cliff Pennington. So Pennington, a switch hitter batting right, the infield back double play depth. Holland's pitch and a safety squeeze, bunt toward first, down to get it Holland, no play anywhere. DeJesus scores from third, going to second is LaRoche, safe at first is Pennington, and the Athletics take a 1-0 lead. Derek Holland came off the mound to field the ball. He had no play at the plate. DeJesus wasn't breaking immediately, but as soon as the ball was down and rolling down the first base line, then David DeJesus breaking quickly for the plate. And then Holland, his only play was to first base, but nobody was home there. And then LaRoche winds up at second. It's a bunt single for Pennington and a 1-0 lead for the A's. That would quickly change, though, and the Rangers were batting in the top of the third, courtesy of Michael Young. He was batting with 2 out and 2 on.
Stands on the back line in the middle of the batter's box from the right side. A very good opposite field hitter. The 1-0. Fastball belted in the gap in left center. He has delivered again. Young, extra bases into the alley in left center. 1 run is home with Bourbon. Here comes Moreland, and he will score without a throw. Michael Young with a 2-run double. And Texas is now in front 2-1. His 13th double, his 21st and 22nd RBIs. And he got a mistake, and you could hear it off the bat. He absolutely got all of it as he smoked it toward left center field. Now 16 for 28 with runners in scoring position.
But the A's would quickly tie it up. In the bottom of the fourth, the proud Papa, Kurt Suzuki, was leading off.
The Malia meter is at 4 RBIs that Kurt has had since he's become a father for the first time. Malia is now home with wife Renee, and all are doing great. The windup, the pitch, swung on, belted down the left field line, stayed fair near the foul pole, over the 330 sign, and it is gone. The Malia meter moves again. Kurt Suzuki hits it out, his second home run in this series. 2 homers, 5 RBIs since he became a dad, and we are tied at 2.
But then the Rangers would unlock the game in the 5th inning when they got back-to-back sac flies by Young and Beltre. And in looking at McCarthy today, 6 innings and 6 hits and 4 runs. The runs were unearned. He had 2 2-run innings against him, and really his own worst enemy, bobbling a bunt for an error, then throwing a ball away on a sacrifice attempt, throwing the ball wide of third. So for Brandon, 2 errors today, no earned runs allowed in the 6 innings he worked. So the A's were down 4-2 when the ball game went to the bottom of the 5th inning. Barton, a routine ground ball to short, was booted by Elvis Andrus. After Jackson struck out, it would be Josh Willingham coming up next. He would be in the midst of a very big afternoon. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and it's swung on, ripped to left, very deep. Murphy is just going to watch it fly, and that quickly, a tie ball game. A tremendous shot up into the seats above the out-of-town scoreboard by Josh Willingham. In the bottom of the 8th inning, A's 4, Rangers 4. Man, that was a rocket. David Murphy just gave it kind of a cursory look, and that was it. That was actually the home run that Willingham hit in the 8th inning that at that point had tied the game. The A's had gotten closer in the 5th inning because after Barton reached on the error by Andrus, Willingham hit a ball high and deep to right center field off the wall. It sent Barton over to third, where Barton scored on a ground out by Matsui, and that got the A's within a 1. Then you just heard the home run by Willingham, which tied the ball game. That was against Arthur Rhodes, and that was in the bottom of the 8th inning. And then the Rangers would have a chance as they were batting in the 9th against the A's right-hander actually Brian Fuentes worked a 1-2-3 ninth for the A's. Then Grant Balfour was working the 10th inning for the Athletics. With 1 out, he issued a walk. Beltre was at first, and now he got some defense from his right fielder. Nelson Cruz was hitting.
Beltre, a short lead of first, being held by Barton. 4-4, top of the 10th inning. Here's the 1-0. Slider hit in the air to right, not deep. Racing in toward the line is Connor Jackson into a dive. Did he get it? A spectacular catch by Connor Jackson. A long sprint from under the out-of-town scoreboard, and somehow, some way, Connor closed in on it and got it in his mitt, and he held on as he crashed to the turf. What an effort by Connor Jackson.
But after that, back-to-back walks, so Balfour had walked the bases loaded. And in a tie ball game in the 10th inning with 2 out, Yorvit Torrealba was pinch hitting for Texas.
Deep breath by Balfour. Peers into Suzuki. Now sets at the letters. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on a fastball off the outside corner. High octane at 93 miles an hour. Balfour wins the battle, and the Rangers leave the bases loaded. On to the bottom of the 10th. It's Oakland 4 and Texas 4.
And one swing of the bat would win it for the A's when Darren Oliver came out of the bullpen for the Rangers.
On to the bottom of the 10th. We remain tied at 4 as Ron Washington goes back to the bullpen for the other half of his Sunshine Boys closers, and it's going to be Darren Oliver. Oliver, who pitched in the big leagues initially for Texas back in 1993. Then went to the Cardinals, came back to Texas, went to Boston, Colorado, Florida, Houston, the Mets, the Angels for 3 years, and back to Texas last year. A solid campaign, 1-2, 2.48 ERA. Facing Matsui, lefty on lefty. The first pitch is launched to deep right field. Matsui has won the game. Hideki Matsui hits it out to right field. Godzilla with a massive blow to right field. Career home run number 496. The scrub is on at home plate. No doubt as Hideki unloads his 3rd home run as an Oakland Athletic. What a day for the Athletics. They take 3 out of 4 from the Texas Rangers as they get to both Rhodes and Oliver late with long balls. First Willingham in the 8th, and now Matsui on the first pitch in the bottom of the 10th. The A's are now 15-14. They're over 500. And they've just taken 3 out of 4 from the American League champions. Just a pitch on the inner half of the plate, and there was no doubt that Hideki got all of it. And the Athletics are victorious. Your final score in 10. Oakland 5 and Texas 4.
And Vince will be talking with Josh Willingham when the A's postgame continues after this.